I've been invited to take part in the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship. I have my friend Shane here. He's the owner and head coach at Nomad Krav Maga. We've been working together for years, learning from each other. I've helped build the Nomad striking curriculum, and we've been friends for a long time. Now it's his time to help me learn how to defend against the knife, because I'm definitely gonna need it. It's gonna be super challenging, but I can't wait to go in there and kick everybody's ass at the USDC. Coach Shane, what do you got?
Yeah, so basically Natan, as you guys know, he's UFC athlete, Ultimate Fighting Championship. This is Ultimate Self-Defense Championship. So, there's all these different variables that can come into play that they don't deal with in MMA. But the moment knives are introduced, guns are introduced, multiple attackers, ambushes, all this kind of stuff can take place in reality self-defense, and it can also take place in the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship. So we're gonna prepare him for some of those variables. All right, guys, so we're talking about some knife defense principles. With a knife, you've got to think about that it's always live. It's never unloaded, it's always sharp, it can stab, it doesn't need a skilled person behind it to cause a lot of damage really fast. It's like the great equalizer, because somebody really small with no skill can have a serious detrimental effect on somebody that's really skilled or even bigger than them if they're swinging around those blades. Depending on whatever angle he wants to attack with, he can do forward grip, he can do reverse grip, he can do overhand stab, underhand, whatever, and they're all gonna stay in the same principles. And that's something that we're really passionate about with Nomad Krav Maga and Nomad Mixed Combat System, is making sure that we can provide as many solutions as possible with as few techniques as we can have, so that it's gonna be just like you can get to it in the fight. All right, so basically Natan, you can attack me with any angle, and we just follow the same principles of getting to some control. So let me slow that down. He went overhand, so I'm going dual wall defense, meaning that I'm gonna go wrist to wrist defense to defend that knife. Wrist to wrist is really important. We could get into those details on a future video. And then I'm gonna do a reference point on his brachial plexus, because this can cause a stunning effect. It's a strike, boom, right to the side of his neck where those nerves are. I wanna get outside the angle of his attack. So in this case, I'm just sliding down to the wrist, getting control, maintaining head position, and then I'm just doing a simple arm drag to a Russian 2-on-1, and we can go all kinds of options from here. Natan, you wanna just go ahead and try this out?
Yep, let's go.
Awesome. I'm gonna go overhand stab, he's going dual wall, wrist to wrist, right directly into control position, and he's going to that 2-on-1. It's really important that we want to maintain control of the weapon arm, because as you guys can probably infer, this thing's going to swing all over the place. It's really violent. So he needs to maintain control. Get to the 2-on-1. Is it gonna be a good thing, Natan? If this dude attacks you with an overhand stab, we've got technique number 1. He attacks you with like a backhand, technique number 2.
No good.
He comes underhand, technique number 3.
No good.
That's not good, right? So what we need to have are commonalities based on principle. He's thinking about defend the initial attack and transition to a position of control on a dominant angle. So now he's only been taught this one technique, but he can adapt it principally to make it work on any angle of attack. So I want you to defend dual wall wherever it comes. What if I come in backhand? Do you need to arm drag now?
No, you're already there.
You're already there. Boom. So depending on the angle of attack, your technique's gonna modify. All right, front, boom, right? Good. There you go. Nice. Good. All right, so Natan learned that in literally 30 seconds. He's a UFC fighter, and he takes this stuff really seriously, and because he's been training with me for years. So Natan, now are you ready for me to come at any angle and we just kind of drill it?
I might get cut,
Okay.
but it's you play in the mud, you get dirty.
Oh, nice.
No. This is a problem in MMA.
Right.
I go here, oh, I see the neck, I'm like, this is a guillotine, I got it. But if I go for it, I'm gonna get stabbed 15 times.
So some things that work really great in sport MMA are not gonna be a great idea whenever a knife's involved, all right?
Now here, my body tells me go for the armbar.
Yep, but check it out, go for the armbar.
I'm gonna lose position, you can stab me, yep.
Recognizing the differences between MMA and knife-based self-defense.
Yeah.
Awesome work. You've got 20 years of experience doing your own trips and your own takedowns. So we don't want to try to, totally get rid of your own game that you practiced. It's in muscle memory. but we can give you a couple options, and I think you're gonna be able to do them relatively easy, and you can just see what you think. All right, so whatever angle, right? We're here, we get to this position. The way we teach it in Nomad Krav Maga, Nomad Mixed Combat System, is it's gonna be based on position and control. So right now I have control, and I'm in position of Russian 2-on-1, which means I'm behind his elbow. Where's his posture? Is it forward or reverse? So if his posture is forward, I'm gonna do a near side reap, and I'm just gonna take his leg out, and I'm gonna hyperextend his arm and press my shoulder. I won't break the arm. So I'm just gonna take my leg and hit him right here with the back of my knee, and I'm gonna take him down. All right? From here, if I were to go hard, you can imagine if I sprawled, I'm just gonna sprawl down, boom, and take him all the way down. Now, we find ourselves in the ground. This type of technique where we go down to the ground like this is only for certain scenarios. Ideally, like real life self-defense, I don't wanna do that. I would just take him down and stand up and run away. I'm sure he's gonna be in these situations where he has to maintain, ground fight capabilities.
I don't know what's gonna happen. They had a bunch of surprises in season 1, and I'm sure they're gonna have a bunch of surprises in season 2. Could be in a phone booth.
Right.
Could be in a room that's padded, not padded, with spikes on the wall, who knows? I mean, the goal is to survive in self-defense, right? You don't always have to win. So running away when there's an option, that's gonna be great. But also, we need to know how to finish the job,
right?
Especially for the competition.
Yeah, for the competition, you're probably gonna be entangled in a room with 1 or 2 guys, maybe 3. They may be a lot bigger than Natan, whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen. So he needs to be prepared for all options. So let's give him one more option, and then we'll let him drill those. So he'll have 3 options. The first one was when he postured down. But if I push him down, what's he likely to do? He's gonna pull up. I'm gonna violate my rule a little bit just for a moment to get the face pull takedown. So I'm gonna reach back and just pull him down from here, okay? Now I'm controlling, I can shove it to him. You've always gotta be aware of the transfer. You always gotta be aware of him wanting to transfer, so you might have to follow. Okay, from this position, you might be able to put some elbows on or disengage, wherever you're gonna have to go from there. So we go forward posture. I'm gonna sweep and continue pulling him down. The second option is if his posture's up, I push down, he comes up, I take him down, and I control it from here. You can see how I have my knee on his belly, and I'm just working a little bit of top position here. You're either all in or you're all out. If your goal is to be outside, stay outside of the range of the weapon. But the moment you decide to go, you're gonna go all in. You're gonna come at him with everything you got, but you gotta make sure you do it controlled. Gotta make sure you do it with technique. So what Natan's talking about is great. Stay outside, make me chase him, use his footwork. The moment he sees his opportunity, he's gonna go in, he's gonna dominate, and he's gonna take control.
Hesitation is the killer.
Okay, boom, I'm coming in. Look, if I push him down, his goal is to pull up probably. So that's when I might come into this face pull takedown. If I go face pull and he resists that, he's gonna go forward. That's when I might go for this near side reap. Now, what's his third option? So, if I'm doing this, Natan, what do you feel like you would do?
If I can't bicep curl you, which I usually can, I'm gonna try and bring my body to the hand, maybe even switch the hand, right?
Cool. We know that his reaction is gonna be either posture down, posture up, or try to protect his elbow and bend his arm. So we need to be prepared for that with an option. So as his arm starts to bend, look, Natan's pretty ripped and pretty strong. I don't wanna think about fighting strength for strength. I wanna give him what he wants. So as he starts working that, I transition into a wrist weave, and let me know how this feels, Natan.
I'm back.
We're in this position. We transition. Look. Yep, so this hand right here is gonna rotate underneath. Good. This hand right here is gonna weave underneath, and you're gonna keep that thumb up like that. You're gonna pull this up towards this. Yep, I feel it. Push this down.
And am I going into my right?
You're gonna circle me, my face to the floor by taking your right leg back. Yep. Whoa, and look, bonus. You get the bonus plan here. It's possible that I could fall on my own knife.
How'd you get away with murder?
They just go right into it. This one goes in. There you go. Natan, I don't want to leave you in this knife defense lesson with only one method of blocking, because that's not the only way to do it. Whatever comes out of you in the fight is going to be a trained response. It's not going to be something you're figuring out for the first time.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just talk about underhanded stab. I can go dual wall right here, which has that benefit of a common reference point and a strike to the brachial plexus. From here, we've got the dual wall, but we also have the single wall. Boom. Why would I do that? Just because this takes more vision. I have to see it more to go 2-on-1, right? But if I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, and I just go bop, that's great. These aren't things unique to us. They're common combatives, but the way we've combined them into a system at Nomad Krav Maga, Nomad Mixed Combat System, it's very effective, all right? So if he comes in now, I can go V-block here and then slide to the wrist. From there, I can go arm drag. We've got V-block, boom. You'll notice I'm going to the bicep on this because his wrist is gonna move so fast, like a lot of stats right here, right? Yeah, his wrist is moving everywhere, but if you notice, like the closer you get to his attachment point to his body, it moves less and less. I don't wanna necessarily go to the shoulder because now I'm not gonna block anything, but if I go to the bicep, boom, from here, yeah, that's always a concern. That's why we have to transfer down to the wrist.
No, but I wasn't reaching.
Yeah, but if I'm going for the wrist, I could easily miss, and then it goes right through.
Yeah.
So I want to go for what's going to have the most insurance policy is going for the bicep. The last option that we practice in our basic level 2 system is a block with a drag at the same time. You might really like this one. So it kind of combines them all into one smooth motion. I'm blocking with the knife hand, boom. And I'm also referencing the back of his tricep. I'm already set up in a drag to redirect that angle. So one more time. And then I'm into some control. Boom, good. One more time, boom. Now we got the dual wall, you've already worked it. Boom, right there. Boom, good. Now we've got the V block, just go to my bicep joint right here. Oh, good, and then transfer down to the wrist. Boom, yeah, good. One more time. Nice. And now we've got the wall drag, so both at the same time. Boom, nice. So do you like that one? So anywhere in this full circle around Natan, even if I go backhand, it's the same thing. It's a circle of defense, right? Underhand, even overhead. Boom, all of them work. But the moment I go straight in,
I was trying to parry it.
that's
kind of
perfect.
Like punch,
That's it.
but there is no control after. But I was kind of trying to figure it out on the fly, you know? So I defended you.
Yeah,
I did this. Cool, I didn't get stepped. But what's next?
that's it.
But okay, now I have an answer.
Yeah, are you always gonna defend that knife attack and get to control on the first strike? The answer is no. If you think that it's gonna be yes, you're living in fantasy land. You have to be able to just adapt.
If people watch UFC and the stats, most punches miss, not get blocked. A lot just the person is moving. It's not that easy to hit a target that's moving.
Right.
So a lot of people have this fantasy, I can defend anything or I can land anything. None of them is true.
There's a lot of options, and Natan will be able to feel those when he's fighting. Face couch. Now bite my eyes out of the socket and kick me in the nuts, and then say Krav Maga.
Okay, so we just got done training. This was awesome. I learned a lot today. I'm sure there's much more to learn, but it definitely takes the guesswork out of it. At least I believe I could defend myself against somebody with a weapon most of the time, but there would be a lot of guesswork involved. But now with this technique, I feel like I have a lot clearer vision what needs to be done to defend yourself. Of course, like Coach Shane said, you're always gonna get caught. It's very dangerous. Nobody should be confident against somebody with a knife or any weapon. That would be insanity. But you should have the tools to try and survive for as long as you can, and maybe try and actually get control of a knife or any weapon. So I wanted to say thank you to Coach Shane, my friend who's been helping me for a long time. That's it. What do you got for us, Coach?
Yeah, man, I'm just really impressed with Natan's willingness to have an open mind. I mean, he's at the highest level of his mixed martial arts sport, UFC, and of course he's got some serious skills, but there's so many more variables that are possible in the street. So we're talking about just one case of a knife attack, and with just the limited number of variables that we've exposed him to in this training session, it's still far from everything. So he's willing to learn. He's coachable. That's a really good trait of somebody that's going to be the champion one day. So I appreciate Natan letting me have this time with him, and I wish him, all the best of skill in the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship. Good stuff.
It's a